We are officially off. Often lifting, boys. What is up? This is Pratt's podcast. Justin Pratt, your host. For those of you that don't know me, your loss. Alright, that's a bad start. Alright, what's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome to Pratt's podcast. Today's date is Wednesday, August 26th. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. First, I'll start off with an introduction. As I just said, my name is Justin Pratt. I'll be the host of Pratt's podcast. Thank you guys for all the support. If you're listening, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So first thing I want to talk about today. What is good with the fucking Snapchat stories of like life hacks and satisfying videos? When I'm watching those things, I'm like, what idiot is watching these? But then I find myself, I'll just be, watching all of them. Anytime I see one on my Snapchat story, swipe over and I see some guy sticking his foot in a crock full of shaving cream. I'm like, I don't know why, but this is fucking awesome. But yeah, satisfying videos, like people cutting soap and all that stuff. I feel like that's just like a generation thing, as was like slime and like fidget spinners and stuff. My question is like, where the hell was this when I was a kid? I got like the worst case of like ADHD. Can't sit still for like more than 5 seconds. So, I used to bring like tech decks and stuff to school. Get those fucking taken in like half a second. These kids can show up to school with like slime, all that stuff. It's madness. It's crazy. But yeah, that's one thing. I don't know why. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about. I guess it's just because, like, dude, honestly, I have no idea. Like, life hacks and stuff, those things are just getting ridiculous. It's just like, I was watching one the other day. This guy, like, didn't want to hold his phone when he was running. So he just, like, put a sock, like, cut his sock and, like, made one out of that. I was like, what? Like, who's going to do that? But one day when I'm holding my phone when I'm running, I'm probably going to have to make one. I'm going to have to cut my sock open and just say, fuck it. This is who I am. I saw this life hack. So, I'll chirp anyone I see uses a life hack, but, I'll probably end up using them. So, moving right along. I was talking about this yesterday. One of my dudes. Whatever happened to HQ Trivia? You guys remember that game? It was like everyone used to sign in at like 8 o'clock and there'd be like 1 million people. And it was just like trivia. If you got it wrong, you got kicked out. But if you got it right, you could like win money. Someone brought that up the other day. I was just like, oh my god, like I completely forgot about that. Like that is madness. But HQ Trivia, I remember I never like got any questions right. I'm not the brightest bulb in the bulb draw. If you guys have a bulb draw, that's pretty sick. Alright, but yeah, anyways. This is just me acting like an idiot. I like to talk about, sports, make people laugh, all that shit. So that's what we're going to talk about on the podcast. We'll jump right in. Big hockey guy, so that's what we'll talk about first. Bruins. Big Bruins guy. I don't want to talk about last night's game. I think Hedman is like the only guy on the Lightning that like actually know. Oh, and Point's good. But I think those are the only two threats that the Lightning have. If I was Bruce Cassidy, I'd be like, listen, we're going to do redirect shots all day today before the big game tonight. Because Halak, listen, I'm not going to root against Halak. He's a good goalie. Very inconsistent, though. All of his shots are just, like, that he lets in. They're just all from the point. People are just getting good redirects on it. McAvoy jumped in front of two, trying to save him. Halak just couldn't keep his eye on. Every single goal he lets in. It's either 5-hole or it's a redirect. He doesn't know how to save them. So if I'm Bruce Cassidy, I'm practicing redirects all this morning, all this afternoon before the game. But, he's doing good for what Tuukka did for opting out of the season. Personally, I've never really been a big Tuukka guy. I think he's kind of a fucking clown. He opted out of the season because he has family issues or family problems going on, whatever. I can see that. I can back him up on that. But, like, dude, someone on a radio show was saying that he, like, was on a golf tee sheet, so he made a tee time at a golf course while his, like, team is practicing and stuff. It's like, dude, like, you just said you had family problems. What's going on here? I don't understand it. I also hear a lot of things. I heard from multiple people that Tuukka Rask has a drinking problem. So, he's probably out there on the course just tossing back vodka sodas like an absolute fucking stud. But it's like, dude, the team needs you. Like, Halak, good goalie. I feel like I'm talking a little shit about Halak here, but he honestly is. He's a good goalie. I think he's got a lot going for him at his old age. Are we a number one team for the Stanley Cup? I don't think so. I don't think so right now, honestly. There's a lot of other teams that come out and flying. Like, I think if we end up getting matched up against the Islanders, that's going to be scary because they're a high-paced, like, high-flying team. And, one thing with the Lightning playing them right now is, like, at some points we're getting outbodied. They're physical. Hedman is a fucking missile. That guy always, like, whenever he gets the puck in the offensive zone and it's a 4-on-5, we're a man down, I'm like, he's going to blast this, like, right past Halak. Gets me a little nervous, gets me out of my seat, gets me jumping. Insane, but I think the Bruins have a good team. Got a lot of veterans. Krejci has been tearing it up. He's like a miracle worker. Who else? Krug. I mean, him and McAvoy are just givens. This has got to be Char's last year, man. But he blocks a lot of shots in front of the net. He gets beat up. I think Jake DeBrusk got absolutely leveled last night, but he's having a pop-off series. He's not bad. Obviously, Marshy, Bergy, Pasta, they're all just absolute man missiles. Those guys are man rockets. They know the game of hockey so well. They're the best first line in the NHL. I don't care if you disagree, at me, bro. Justin Pratt, Pratt's podcast. If you got shit to talk, I'm right there. I'm with you. But, yeah. Tuukka, I think, owes the boys an apology. I think he owes Boston an apology if the Bruins don't make it that far. Because, I honestly think Tuukka would put the Bruins in a better position than Halak would. Maybe I'm wrong, though. But honestly, I think I'm right. But Tuukka, I've never really been a big Tuukka guy. I wish we could just get a different goalie. Someone other than Halak, someone other than Tuukka. Something like that. Just a reliable goalie. Not saying Tuukka and Halak are not reliable, but we could get someone better. All I'm saying. Charlie Coyle, Weymouth product. Can we talk about him, dude? His hand-eye coordination. Don't do that in front of my wife, brother. That's all I'm saying. Because snatch her right up, dude. You guys are a legend. Like, how did he even see that slap shot? Like, dude, if I was Coyle, like, I play hockey, dude, I would have gotten right out of the way of that shot. It was so off net, but he just, like, see ya, back of the net. That was electric. I got fucking hype. That was insane. All right, I think that's enough Bruins talk for right now. What else? Oh, NBA playoffs. All right, before we jump in, let's go back in the NHL for a second. We need to stop having interviews with players that are gassed in between periods. They make, like, a good play, like they interview him or like whatever. It's just it's nonsense. They're just so out of breath. You have no idea what they're saying. They're like, yeah, we gotta get pucks deep, and yeah, I just think we're doing great. It's like, dude, get him a fucking Gatorade. All right, like stop asking them all these questions. They're gassed. All right, that's the last thing that they want. They want to go back in, listen to Bruce Cassidy talking about getting pucks deep and stuff. That's what they want to listen to. They don't want to answer your bullshit questions about how they scored when the puck just ended up on their stick in the right place at the right time. They all say the same thing whenever they're interviewed, and they're gassed. So stop doing it. Hot take. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, NBA playoffs. Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams have been having a little bit of beef before the games. First of all, I like Russell Westbrook as a player. As a human, could he beat me in a fight? Absolutely. Is he intimidating? 100%. Yeah. But he looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Not a big deal. But yeah, him and his old teammate, Steven Adams, they had words before the game the other night. And I don't even know, because I don't really follow basketball that well, but is Westbrook, like, is he coaching? Or is he, like, a player right now? It's very confusing. I really don't know what's going on. I know one of the games got canceled due to, like, a shooting, police officer shooting. I won't get into that just because I have no say. I just think, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I really don't even. The wheels don't really crank when it comes up, like when I'm talking about this stuff. I don't really. So we're just gonna move right on. All right. So, yeah, Celtics, they're lighting it up. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker. Those are my guys right there. Sorry, I only follow like Boston sports. If you guys are like listening, you guys are like, oh, talk about like something else. Like, dude, I really like I don't know anyone, so it's whatever. The NFL, that whole just talking about the season is a mess. I knew coronavirus was going to be terrible because the same week coronavirus came out, Tom Brady left the Patriots. Ever since then, I've had trouble getting hard, and I've had trouble staying hard because there's no Tom Brady in New England. But it's all good. He's a Florida boy now. But him and Kodak Black are sizzling back, blunts on his pool deck side. Him and Gronk. Gronk is, I really don't think Gronk is going to have a pop-off year like everyone in Tampa seems he's gonna. He is so fragile, injured. Like, dude, that guy is one concussion away from being, like, legally brain dead. But, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll have a pop-off year at Tampa. I don't see it, personally. He's lost a lot of weight. He doesn't have that Gronk muscle that he did when he won the Super Bowl with the Pats. He was also younger, but you want to talk about a guy that crushes beers like an absolute hoss, dude. Gronk. Oh my god, dude, that guy is a fucking sink. He could probably crush like a 30 rack in the time that I could maybe crush like 10 beers. Like, that guy is a fucking unit when it comes to boozing. You see him, like, they interview him, like, at the end of, like, parades and stuff. Like, dude, that guy is loaded off his ass. Hammered. Like, just catching stews from the fans, saucing them up there, like, just cracking them, tossing them back. Like, that guy is just a booze hound. All of his brothers and stuff, too, like, go on vacations and just get absolutely obliterated. Nightclubs, just disco. Crazy. It's insane. Gotta love it. Serve and protect, baby. Moving right along. Cam Newton. I love it. I think it's a good call. I think Belichick he's always one step ahead. Stidham, I mean, there's no competition, honestly. I think Cam is going to just put Stidham in the absolute dirt. Stidham went in for one drive, the fourth quarter, when we were up by like 20. Threw an interception, and then they were just like, you know what, fuck it, we're putting Brady back in. There's no way Cam Newton's going to be on the sidelines. Stidham starting over. I'm sorry. I mean, if you believe in miracles, I'm wrong, but there's no shot. Newton is just on the Peloton every morning, just crushing miles. The guy is just like an insane athlete. Like, can run the ball, built like a freaking linebacker. Imagine wrapping up Cam Newton, dude. You get barreled over. A guy like me, like, I'm like 6'2", like 140 soaking wet. Like, dude, that guy would absolutely truck me if I ever tried to tackle him. Dive at his ankles. Earl Thomas kicked off the Ravens. So there was a little bit of a scrap in training camp. I've also heard that Earl Thomas is not the best human being on the football field. There was also an incident off the football field where him and his brother were having like an orgy or whatever with like mad girls, like whatever. Earl Thomas's girlfriend showed up with a gun and she got arrested. Like, dude, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? That's not. First of all, you're having sex with the same, like, your brother's in the same room. Like, dude, that should be illegal. Honestly, Earl Thomas and his brother should have gotten arrested for that. Putting that aside, though, Earl Thomas's girlfriend, wife, whatever, showing up with a gun, dude. Like, oh my god, man, that's nuts. Like, and if I'm on the same team as Earl Thomas, I don't know. Would I be like more scared to talk to him about it? I'd be like, dude, like, was it scary when she pulled the gun out you, or was it more scary seeing your brother's hog right in your face when you were going to Pound Town on some broad? Yeah, dude. I don't get it, man. But, yeah, there's a lot going on in the NFL. Really don't know what's going to go on with the season. I think it's going to be one of the worst bubble sports, whatever that is. Like, I think it's going to be, like, one of the worst sports to watch on TV when there's no fans or anything. I just think it's going to be weird. I think guys thrive when there's fans in the stands. I think it's just like some guys playing toss if there's no fans in the stands. But I think I'll still watch it. I don't know what's going on with the NCAA either. Their football season, I know like 15 out of 28. I know 15 out of 28 teams passed up, so they don't want to play this upcoming fall. They want to play in the spring. Not really sure how that's going to work. I really don't even think there's going to be a college football season, honestly. Just because I feel like players and stuff would already be back. They are back. They are training and stuff on their own time. They are, like, getting touches in with their QBs, like, whatever. Like, I really don't think there's going to be a season, though. Like, dude, this virus it's fucking everything up. Like, look at me, dude. I'm making a fucking podcast in my basement. That's what Corona has done to me, you know? Oh, man. Wild. What else can we talk about? Golfing. Yeah, dude, let's talk about golfing. That's an electric sport for a wash-up. Oh my god, dude. I'm, like, devoted. Live by the code, die by the code. Golf, man. Catch me at that link every day, slapping clubs with the boys. It's a good time. It's a good time. Let's see, what else do I have written down? White Claw Wednesday. Happy White Claw Wednesday. Slugging some black cherry. Dude, I just got off. Like, honestly, my brain kind of just feels like mush. I just got off vacation down in Cape Cod. Hit probably like a 2-week bender. And it's hard staying in shape during quarantine, man. It's really, it really is. It's hard. You know, I'll be exercising one day, hitting the treadmill, whatever. I'm like, you know, why am I not losing any weight? You know, once I'm 12 White Claws deep at McDonald's at 3 a.m, getting it DoorDashed or whatever, I'm like, all right, this is why. This is why I look like the way I do. It's nuts. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. Alright, enough talking about sports and nonsense and stuff. Let's just talk about plans for this podcast. I only have one mic right now, so I'll get guests and stuff. I'll have other people talking, so it's just not me rambling on